We welcome you back into the Pioneer Sports Network. The LMU Rail Splitters knock off Tusculum here today 60-51, joined by Pioneer coach Roger Hodge. A week ago we were talking about at the end of the game, neither one of us were in a talkative mood, very much. And in this game, I think you got the response you needed out of this team. I think some people, probably to me, as an innocent bystander, it almost looked as if we took last week personally and we brought it to the court here today. There's some things we got to work on, but at least I love seeing that competitive fire.
I would have been disappointed if we would have gotten anything else, and I mean, I thought we shot it poorly and didn't get enough extra opportunities, but I did think there was a fire and competitiveness about it, so, no complaints there.
The plus side is that we out-rebounded a team here tonight, but you're right, we didn't get enough second-chance opportunities in that as well.
When you shoot it poorly, we were 4 of 20 from the three-point line. If you can't get extra opportunities, and we only gave up 60. So, just the offense just wasn't good enough tonight. And again, we got to find a way to get to the offensive glass, and when we're missing all these shots, we got to get some extra and put them back.
I love the way you said that, because I was going to follow up with, on a night, we defended quite well. We left some shooters open. I think that was the disappointing part. We left some people open, and they still knocked down shots. But we only gave up 60 here tonight. We just didn't get enough in our offensive set. How much of that was what LMU was doing at us defensively? And again, we're still young, and we're trying to process what we're supposed to be doing on offense.
Well, I think it was a variety of things. Among those is LMU, their athleticism, their pressure. Made it hard for us to get into our offenses, but our execution was not very good. And I thought late in the game, the shot selection at times wasn't very good. I thought we took some bad ones there late.
Oh, I would agree. I felt like that was kind of the thing that set us back. Multiple times we had opportunities, I felt, to really gain some momentum, and I was like, I don't know if we should have taken that. And I would say, and based on Coach Hodge's reaction, it might not have been our best look. But again, the response you needed for this team to get back in here and be as competitive as we were. I know in that locker room, these girls are going to be frustrated even after this. What do you say to them, when you have the type of defensive effort that you gave here tonight to lift a spirit where they just didn't score tonight?
You got any suggestions?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Right. You don't give yourself enough credit in terms of your understanding of the game. I think you've been around us long enough to have a better understanding than most. But, it's difficult to go into a group of outstanding young women who have battled and fought all year long, and to console them again in that their effort wasn't quite good enough. That is a very difficult thing, and we just got to keep prodding them to stay the course and keep competing. There's a lot of life lessons here as well as there are basketball lessons. So, we're going to continue to try to teach and try to get better every day.
I think part of it, the third quarter, again, we have that lull in a game, and we just aren't getting over that hump a little bit. And you could see it. I think we were going to take a different mindset and just go real fast and just try to get through that lull, and it just kind of compounded things. What lifted us was we were good defensively in that third quarter. But again, another situation where I don't think we got enough paint touches, because I felt like Chesterfield was good again tonight. There are times she makes that mistake, but we're continuing to see that better effort on both ends of the floor a little bit now.
What Kaya, and I think tonight was, a good learning experience for her. We've only had, I think, one other time all year where people were trying to double her. And
yes.
I thought that was a really good move by Devin. Not because we weren't ready for it, but that we just didn't execute against it. So, we've talked to her about you've either got to beat the double team, and make your move before it gets there, or you got to find the open person when you kick it out. And early in the third quarter, she had some trouble with that, and then they didn't double later, and she was throwing it back out. So, again, learning experience for her, because, as she continues to improve and make her mark, she's going to keep getting double teamed.
And I felt that she did a great job with that. We just didn't knock down the threes because she was seeing open people early, but you're right, that third quarter was a bit of a struggle. Tonight, our scores, the people that give us some energy when they make shots, and again, Silva was that person that was handcuffed again here tonight, and her energy when she makes threes is so good for us, and she was just unable to bring that for us tonight.
Yeah, and again, A lot of teams are playing her like that now, and I mean that's just the way you have to play her, because if you don't, I mean if she gets rolling, she can knock them down. But you know, we played Monique Shinbear some in her spot tonight, who's not as, I guess, well established as a shooter, even though she's a good one. And I thought she played pretty well.
Yeah, it was good to have her back.
Yeah, certainly.
And Nay last week, good to have her back. I think they just are. We're going to add some depth here and make a push at the end of the season, which is what this team needs.
Yeah, I hope you're right. And again, if we can play the way we did tonight from an effort and intensity standpoint and make a few more shots, I think we'll give some people a tough time the rest of the way.
Again, unfortunate tonight, Coach, but again, a competitive battle.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
That's Pioneer coach Roger Hodge. The Pioneers fall here tonight to the LMU Round Splitters by that final score of 60-51. We'll break it down when we return right after this as you listen to Pioneer Basketball, driven by Gateway Ford Nissan on the Pioneer Sports Network.